Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5 of the 1.27 release team meeting. Just a reminder, this meeting is being recorded and is governed by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which can be summarized as please be excellent to one another. Also, quick reminder to please add your name to the attendees list. And with that, we can get started. Mark, you want to kick us off with all the enhancements freeze news?
Sure. Well, updates are enhancements freezes tomorrow. I think as of now, there's 93 or 94 enhancements on the board being tracked. I split it up in a couple of different ways here. 35, well, there's 94 that the enhancement team is looking at. 35 of the enhancements are being tracked, so they've met all the criteria for inclusion. 50 are currently at risk, and 9 of those have been removed or deferred, removed from the milestone by the team, or the PR got rejected. Most of those ones that are at risk are waiting for just some PRs to merge, so we're just tracking those and waiting for the pull requests to merge. I did break it down by PRR status too, since there's a lot of work being done by the PRR team. Of those, 64 of those have been approved, 17 are in progress, and 1 has been rejected, and 5 and then another 7 have either been removed from the milestone or didn't need a PRR review just because they slipped from last release. And then I also added some stats for of the enhancements that have been not removed from the milestone currently, how many there are by stage, and that's 34 going to alpha, 35 going to beta, and 16 going to stable. So I put green question mark as a status because I think the enhancements team is able to stay on top of everything, but there's just a lot of work going on, especially by the PRR team, to make the deadline.
Yeah, if you need any help, reach out. Myself and James both led enhancements in the past, so I think we could if you need help just in like the volume area, just reviewing some, I'm happy to jump. I've done it before with other releases too after I had left enhancements, so it just does get to be a lot this time of the release. And then of those 17 that are PRR in progress, do you have a feeling for like how many of those were ready for review at the time of the soft freeze? Or do you think that some of these were like slipped past that?
I don't have a good sense of that.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea of like where people are on like meeting that soft deadline and if that's actually having any impact at all.
Yeah. I think that's already been in adding or talking about the PRR soft freeze has already been added to the retrospective doc, so we'll bring that up again, and have some of the PRR team do that. Be able to comment more on that.
Good. Do we have any other questions for enhancements?
Sorry, I didn't catch this, but like, were most of these opted in by PRR deadline?
I think I remember last week on Wednesday when I checked, there was about 60 something enhancements on the board, and then Friday morning, so after the PRR deadline, it jumped to 90.
That's right. We had that huge dump later. Yeah.
So I do think that I didn't look at the exact time, but it looks like they did come in at least PST like Thursday night, which would have
and that was from 1 SIG, right? I think we should maybe have a conversation with those leads about.
I think it was 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll circle back on that. That's tough to get, throw 30 on there after the soft. But again, the soft deadline, the lines are blurry on that. All right, CI Signal, what's going on with you?
Yeah, hi everyone. So the current signal, the overall signal right now is yellow because we have some failing tests which now converted to flaky tests. One of them is currently under investigation, and the signal is yellow because we are approaching the release cut alpha 2. So we encountered a few flaky and a few failing tests. All the issues have been created and the related SIGs have been notified. So yeah, we've got this under control and we have informed everybody who's related to the issue.
Sounds good. We'll keep an eye on that in the lead up to the Alpha 2 cut on Tuesday. Any questions for CI Signal? Sounds good. Let's go to bug triage.
Hi, everybody. So from bug triage perspective, we are green. Overall status is green. We got our write access to the project board late last week. So we have been assigning out issues among ourselves in the team, hoping to start soon on following up on the issues. The numbers for the other issues that's there. So overall the status is green, we look good. And we are hoping to start soon with the process of following up on the bulk of the issues, especially looking at the state issues first. That's it.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions out there for bug triage? All right, let's move on to docs. We have anyone from the docs team able to share an update? If not, that's okay. It's green, so it seems like things are good at the moment. If
We have some AV issues.
Yeah, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right, I was talking and I was a bit confused. Anyway, yeah, so no major updates from our side. Main thing is that we're just going to continue working with SIGDocs to just keep refreshing the docs branch at this point, but status is green.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions for docs? All right, comms, let's go to you. Or no, I always do that because it's right on the edge. Release notes. We're going to go to release notes and then we'll go to comms.
Hey, everybody. Release note status is green. The major themes discussion thread was created last Friday, and we've had some engagement from instrumentation and Kate's infra so far. Our team has posted out the discussion thread to all of the other SIGs through Slack. So we're looking and watching and waiting for engagement from the other ones.
Sounds good. Thank you. Any questions for release notes? All
Actually,
right,
I do.
now-
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ray.
Just from the other previous community meetings, are one of the major things having the registry frozen for kates.gcr.io by any chance? Because we're going to do a big, I mean, there's a blog post out, but we're going to go into a few big announcements. So like 127 will not be in the Kate's images for 127 will not be in kates.gcr.io. They would have to be in the new registry that's kates.io. So I don't know if this is, it's not tied to release specific in terms of the timing since it's April 3rd, but might be a good one to add.
Yeah, that's worth mentioning in the release blog, I think, as part of major themes, just because even though it's not part of, part of the release, being that it is tied, like, yeah, the 127 images won't show up, but yeah, I think that's.
I think that's a really good point. I don't think that's necessarily something we've discussed as a team yet, but we'll definitely take it back. Harshad, do you have any comments or input?
No, there's a comment left from the KTS Infra team on the discussion thread about the announcement that they're planning to do as well. That has been, I think there's a blog post out in the wild as well. I think that was released on February 6th or so, indicating that the kts.gcr.io image repository will be frozen by 3rd of April. There's a blog post out there already.
Sounds good. We'll on the comms side too, we'll make sure to include that in the release blog. Yeah.
Xander, I made your Docker pageless one and it scrolled it way far down. So you actually look at it last week.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, it's good. It's because I changed it to be a pageless doc to try to solve your page break issue.
Okay. I was on the right sub team at least. That counts for something, I think.
My bad.
No worries. Cool. Any other questions for release notes before we move on to comms? All right, let's jump down to comms.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's Ron from Comms. So our overall status is green. We're soon going to start a Slack thread to discuss mid-cycle deprecation and removal blog. Then maybe we can get further and about the registry thing and stuff. I think we'll discuss it soon. We're monitoring major themes, discussions about mid-cycle and final release article. And well, we have reached out to all the SIGs in Slack regarding feature blogs for future enhancements upcoming 127. We haven't received much feedback yet, so maybe we'll have to get back into it. But yeah, it's green. It's all good for now.
Sounds good. Any questions for comms? All right, let's go to CC from branch management.
Right, yes, branch management is all green and we're waiting for the next alpha card, and we have 2 awesome shadow onboarded recently. I see them both in the call, I guess. I'll let them introduce themselves if they have time. Grace and Rodolph, if you're there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first. It's Grace, been around since 1.22, also in the CI Signal this release. I'm excited to learn from y'all and learn how to cut a release.
Great. I am Rodolfo Martinez. I have been part of the release team since 1.22 in Say Signal, Docs, and release notes. Happy to be here with all of you. Thanks.
Awesome. Anything else, CC?
Yeah, thank you. That's it for us. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody. James, let's go to you.
Hello. So I ran a couple of shadow orientation sessions on Monday/Tuesday, depending on your time zone. Those were pretty well attended. Thank you to those that could make it. I hope it was useful. I am going to send the slides from that around soon. And thank you, Ray. Actually, those were Ray's slides from like a couple of releases ago that I just adapted. So most of the hard work was Ray's. Upcoming things for me, we still have this idea of sending around statistics from the original application, which now I have some spare time I can look into doing, and we'll hopefully kind of have a draft of that out soon. And then prep for upcoming things for me is the mid-cycle shadow feedback. For of course, if anyone does have feedback that they want to give more readily, welcome to do so anytime. This is just kind of a more structured check-in. And then planning for the retro, in particular, whether we're doing a mid-cycle retro, whether we're doing it at the end, whether we're doing an in-person one. These are things that I will need to figure out and arrange and find facilitators for and things like this. So that's what I've got coming up. But other than that, nothing immediately to report.
Sounds good. For my side, I don't have any specific updates to share this week. Other than enhancements for tomorrow, everyone just reach out if things get to be a little too much. It's one of the 2 periods in the release that can get a little chaotic, but don't feel like you have to like sacrifice work or do anything. Like it's I don't know, just in general, like take care of yourselves. It's try not to let the chaos be overwhelming. And if it does get to that point, reach out. We're here to help. Yeah. With that, I am going to stop the recording. First, I'm going to stop the share, I think, and then